Okay, so yeah, I'll be talking about central logging system with ELK Stack. Yeah, Pixels Camp. Quick thing about this talk, I'll talk about who am I, Elasticsearch, Kibana, logstash, which is ELK Stack. Filebit, I'll do a demonstration and how to get started and then questions. Also, if you have any questions, meanwhile, feel free to just ask me. I'll ask you, and if you don't say nothing, I'll just keep going, right? So, who am I? So, I'm a third year, or more like 4-year student in IT. I've been abroad to Belgium, where, Ghent, Belgium, having some beers there. My name is Rafael Galrito. Yeah, I should have said my name first. You will find my Twitter handle at Galrito and my blog. Also, I created and developed this Linux Everyday. It's a bot on Twitter that posts content on Twitter. And this content is taken from GitHub. It's a new tool related to technology, such as sysadmin tools, some security tools, some other things related like some programming languages. So most of this content, it's in there. It's posted there once every 10 minutes. So if you like to keep in touch with new tools, you can find it there. The content, it's not mine. I just take the content from other guys on GitHub or from a place called Awesome Lists. It's really nice, and you should check it. Okay, so after Belgium, I went to the Netherlands for my internship. And for my internship, I had to add an IDS to provide insights for this team, right? So I use these 3 pieces of technology: Salt Stack, ELK Stack, and Suricata. Anyone familiar with Salt Stack? No? Yeah, you do? Yes, it's like Puppet, Chef, or Audible, I think. Okay. Yeah, then you should. Do you have a talk? No. Okay. Okay, yeah, so Salt Stack, it's for cloud deployment. I have ELK Stack that I will go through later on this talk, and Suricata, it's an IDS tool that creates logs based on, network logs and alerts based on those logs. So ELK, Elasticsearch, logstash, Kibana, ELK, it's this stack. And, before going further and to understand what is the ELK, I have some trends. I don't know, I just think that people would think this is interesting. You can see here that there is some peak here, and here, and it's for 2 weeks. Can you guess what weeks are these ones? In which weeks of the year was this? Some guesses? Like summer? Maybe people are not searching for Elasticsearch on summer? No. Nothing? Come on! No, it's Christmas Day. In fact, it's the week before Christmas and the week after Christmas. So it looks like people are not searching for Elasticsearch. Well, and also you can see that ELK Stack, it's not really used. No one really checks for ELK Stack. I believe only my company and few other people know what it is. But yeah, ELK Stack. So Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch is, I should show this image. Yeah, it's the logo, blah, blah, blah. Elasticsearch is a NoSQL database, so you can have all the information there stored, and you can use REST API. The cool thing about Elasticsearch, that's this database, is that you can have the REST API that you can really use. Yeah, this one. And you can do it like that, so you can change the number of the options of Elasticsearch, and also you have this, this kind of diagram. These are the shards. So in here, Elasticsearch deployment has 3 nodes in this case, and every node can have the content here. For example, this is a replica 2, and then you have the primary 2 that's on the other one. So you can somehow resemble the idea of RAID 1. RAID 1, you know, right? The redundancy array independent disks. Well, yeah, that. Also, this Elasticsearch tool is used by Cisco, Verizon, Microsoft, Facebook, the CERN, Wikimedia, sorry, and then also, New York Times. So this is just to store information, right? Now we need to see this information, and you can see this information with Kibana. Kibana, basically, I could just talk about it, but I'll just show you some screenshots about what Kibana is. So Kibana allows you to create queries. So you have the information is already here, all the data, and then you can create the queries on top. Let me just try to do this. Yeah, here you'll have the queries, and then you can go from the simple one to something more advanced. But the key feature of Kibana is that you can create graphs, and out of these graphs, and it's really powerful, you can create dashboards. So you have dashboards of the information that you have stored in your database, data store, or whatever. Also, I think that you prefer a dark background. I kind of do. So you have dark background if you prefer, just some small option. And also you have maps. So if you have GeoIP location, you can have it on these dashboards that will provide you more insights. And in my opinion, this last one, that's probably the best structured dashboard, where you have some numbers, then a kind of circular chart, more information, more information. It's really easy to just get information and to see what's going in your Elasticsearch. Okay, so we have the database, we have the visualization. How do we get information? With logstash. Anyone knows logstash? Yeah, so? Yeah, two? Okay. Well, I was guessing that you should say something like logstash. Logstash. Ah, silly joke. I guess I have the worst joke on Pixels Camp. Okay, so logstash has, this is a diagram about how logstash works. You have the data source, and you have the input, the filter, and the output. And basically, these three parts are the most important in logstash, because the input field can take a lot of different ways, different input sources. Like you can have a port open, you can have the syslog, you can have, you can read from a file. So it doesn't really matter because logstash gets information from almost everywhere or anywhere. Then you have the filter that you can process this information, adding metadata, removing some fields that you don't need on these logs. Maybe add GeoIP location based on the IP. Well, kind of options are endless. You just have to keep going. And then output. Usually, in this case, we're going to output to Elasticsearch, but you can output to a file, to some other connection, to another logstash instance. So pretty a really handy tool to get information from one place to another. Okay, so this is something that you have to understand. This is the ELK. So this is where you have the information and you see this information, right? But now, how do you get the information there? The way to get information there, it's using beats. Beats, it's Elasticsearch is developed by Elastic team, and these guys created beats. It's not on the server, but it's running on other servers that not the one that you see these visualizations. And beats has several types of tools. Beats is just a concept, let's say. You can have top beat, so all the processes running in one server can be sent to another one. Also, you can have packet beat. Packet beat, it's for the network, so all the network logs that you have, they can be sent to the central server with packets. It's kind of like a suricata, let's say, somehow similar, but packet beat it's from the Elastic team. And yeah, suricata has been a long time, has been in the market for a long time than packet beat. And also the most interesting for me here is FileBeat. FileBeat allows to just get the logs from one place to another. I'll just show you how you can, how FileBeat works. So basically it's like that. So you have the logs, there is an harvester that is just checking for every log there, and is checking if there is any new content added to this log. And then, prospector, spooler, and then it can be sent to either logstash or Elasticsearch or whatever. In this case, I just use logstash, and then logstash sends to Elasticsearch. Okay, yeah, this is the, doesn't look well. Can you see it? Not really. I knew it was, damn it. Okay, yeah, well, so in here we have, it's really bad. But in here, it's the client server, I call it. But basically, you have the logs here. You have FileBeat that is sending this information to the other server, and on the other server, you have logstash that takes all the logs, sends to Elasticsearch, and these logs are stored in here. With Kibana, you can see it, but Kibana creates a open connection on port 5601, and then you can have a reverse proxy or a web server on Nginx that gets, just makes all of this thing. Then use it. You can use it or let your managers use it or Okay, so the theory of this thing is done so far. Do you guys have any questions? Did I speak too fast? I can slow down. I will slow down now on this on demo. Okay. Let me just. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem now because I cannot really see what I'm doing. I cannot really see what I'm doing. Okay. So I've deployed Salt. I've deployed this ELK server with Salt that I talked before, Salt Stack. I wish I could see where I'm going. No, cd serve salt. Yes, so Salt Stack allows us to have specific states that we are going to apply to a server. So for example, on here on ELK, I forgot .sls because it's a state. Okay, I have to come here so I can explain to you. Yes, so basically this is like the things that are going to be deployed. If you're not familiar with Salt Stack, this is quite simple, at least for me it looks like. You just have the open GDK repository, you have Elasticsearch, Kibana logstash, okay, just to have the repositories on your package manager. Then you just install them, you just require these ones for this one to run. In here you check that the service is running and and the service is running now. You can see it. This is for the ELK. So when I deploy a new server, I just do it with ELK and I get it with Salt Stack and I get ELK running in almost no time. I mean, just time for it to deploy. I'm not related with DigitalOcean, but I use DigitalOcean servers as my virtual machines, so I can just test it out. And for example, if I want to deploy a new I cannot really see what I'm typing, so it's pretty hard to do it. PC ELK. Like this, I'm using my DigitalOcean profile, and I'm deploying a new server PC ELK. Yes, I need sudo. Yes. And now you should see that it's deploying this server. In fact, I already have one called, just, I don't know, 2. And this could take a while, so I'll just use tmux. Oh, I have something here. Wait, I guess I have to, I'll do it like this. I have to have my screen here because otherwise I cannot really show you how it's it's a bummer I cannot have the screen here. But anyways, I'll just create a new one and I'll just keep typing. So Salt Cloud, once again, to deploy my server, I have DigitalOcean, and I'll deploy PC-ELK-2. And now it's going to deploy this server. Yeah, sudo, damn it. Not sure if the internet is down. It doesn't look down. It just looks slow. Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I can skip this part because I would deploy the server. It takes like 2 minutes or something. And later I would just do something like salt, PC, ELK2, and then I'll do state.highstate. Yeah, but it's not going to work because I haven't deployed the server. Okay, so I have to come here to check the IPs. Yeah, so I have some backups here, so I knew that deploying the server could take a while, so I just have this backup that I will use. And PC file bit. Okay. And I have to open Firefox. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Well, anyways, now we can check if all the services are running here. So Elasticsearch and status. And yes, it's running. You can also check Kibana. I'm sorry. And status. Yeah, running. Also the same for logstash. Status. Yeah, it's also running. Nice. So in here, I can just go to 5601. Yes. So in here, I have Kibana. So this is the ELK server, right? At first, you have to change. You have to configure the index, and yeah, please. Yeah, it's here already. And then on the queries, I should see, yeah, no results found. Yeah, by the way, this is the logstash configuration, pretty nice and easy to read. You have input, you can just have different ways of inputting there. You have the filter and also the output to whatever you feel like outputting. PC. Okay, not these. Yeah, and this one, PC backup file bit, should have the logs that are sent. So as of now, since I haven't set it up, I have to sudo ssh like this. Yeah, and I have to go on etc file bit YAML, and I have to change where it says as output. So in here I should have the IP of the server, of the ELK server. I'll just do it like this, sudo get IP, get IPs. Yeah, password again. Okay. Yeah, because I made this backup, but I didn't create a connection between the file bit servers to the ELK servers. So now I have to set it up. By the way, this in here, it's the file bit, you know, because I'm changing it. And in here, it's the ELK. So I should have the backup dash ELK. Okay, copy. Come in here. So I save, and then I have to restart it. This is file bit, restart. Yeah, and you can see it's running. Usually it fails after 10 seconds. Yeah, past 10 seconds still running, so it's okay. So if I come here, I will eventually see this information. Okay, yeah, so we already have 2,000 eats. It's basically the information on the logs from the file read server. And I have the information here. I can then create a query, but we can just check this tool around. If you have any ideas or suggestions about what we could also see, or if you think that is interesting to talk about, just let me know. And yeah. Okay, so FileBit is sending this information to logstash, and logstash is storing. Yes, yes, from any place, and in this case, yeah, I didn't explain. I can show you, in fact. Yeah, so in here on etc FileBit and YAML, you have this configuration. Whoops. Yes, yes, you have path, and then you have /var/log all.log, so it gets all the logs. And in here you can specify where you want to get, yeah, from which files you want to get it, you know? You got it? Yeah. Yes, and then sends logstash, and then you start.
Is there a version of this where you can use it as S3 bucket?
Sorry?
S3 bucket?
Didn't get the question? Yes. Yeah, I'll talk about it later, but yes, you can deploy it with Amazon Web Services, and it could, yeah, I'm going to go a little after the demo. So, yeah. Okay, so this information, you have all the fields for all the logs, and I'm having some problems here with this mouse because, yeah, it should be the touchpad. Okay. Yeah, so you can have in here a more detailed access to the information. You can, for example, let's say, yeah, for example, we have here the source. So this file comes from /var/log/dpkg.log. So I can just gather, I can here press this plus, and now I will see all these fields, all these logs are related with this file. So all the results that you see are from /var/log, and this is a filter that you can also use. And you can have several logs together, and they will show here. You can also invert this selection, and yeah, you can also remove. Okay, so visualization. Yes?
Can you actually do algorithms, queries, and stuff like that from Elasticsearch?
From?
This uses Elasticsearch. You can use
Yes.
it to do any kind of query.
Yes. Yes.
You can like aggregate number of events per day, stuff like that.
Yep. Yep.
Is there any visual way to do it easily?
That's what I'm trying to do now. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. So, for example, metric. You just okay. Yeah. Now I have all the total of all the numbers of all results that I have on Elasticsearch, but I can do something more interesting, like this chart, the line chart. And with this line chart, Yes. Yeah. Also, to deploy Elasticsearch, you should have in production you should have like 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this machine has like 2 gigabytes of RAM. That's why it's running really slow. It requires way more than this machine has. Okay, you can come here, change. Yeah, it's really a shame that I cannot have it there. Yeah, x-axis. I believe this is. No, I need the term. It's not IPv4, but for the term. Yeah, so now I can have the x-axis based on a term that is on the messages, on the result from Elasticsearch. So now I can choose a field. So which field should I use? Yeah, I guess I will just use the source from the file, but I can take any of these ones. Also GOIP IP, it's really nice. Because, yeah, you know, you can see where this connection came from. Pro. This one, source row. Yeah, I can make it run. Yes.
Would you have to structure? Imagine an axis line. Would you have to structure it somehow, or you automatically understand?
You mean having another graph, something like this, another line?
Yeah, so imagine you want to aggregate for IPs, so access one from Apache, right? And then you have like, and then you want to aggregate for IP.
Okay, yes, it's possible to do it. You want a list, right? You want to see a list of the information?
For IP, so does Elasticsearch already have something like for those things?
Yes, it does. Let me just save this really not so useful visualization, but I don't know. Is something written there? Yes, new visualization and numbers now. Okay, it's saved. Now I'll just. Okay, I don't know what it says. Yeah. No, yeah. And somewhere here. Yeah, at that table. And something like that would be possible, although I didn't set up this server to have the GYP location. No, not that. I believe it's data table, but I haven't used it that much. I've used like the graphs and the circular pie charts.
Who configures which fields? Logstash?
Sorry?
Logstash gets the raw data and finds what goes into which fields on the
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and something more. Yeah, you can. I'll just save again this new visualization. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Here. Yeah, more numbers. Okay, save. Yeah, so now I have two visualizations. I should go for another one. Yeah, what it says here. Okay, let's go for it. It's really slow. It's really slow. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll just save it so that we have another visualization. Yeah, and then later you can come here and you'll get these, and now you have these three visualizations here. Yeah, well, it says something. Yeah, it's too small to render this visualization. Okay. Yeah, it's not the best graph ever, but yeah, you get the point. And yeah, so you take this information, you create these visualizations. You have the visualizations here, and it's basically, yeah. After you know this tool, it just keeps going. Yes.
How do you set up applications? How do you set it up?
Yeah, that's a nice question because Kibana doesn't really have authentication system. Yes, you should be behind a firewall, or these should only the people on a VPN, whatever.
Or provide some way to do it before.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Does it all come cool and
Yeah, just be creative.
Formats, what formats that Kibana doesn't know? Can you like use a regular expression or delimiters so it can have influence?
So you're asking if I can use regex in here?
Kibana with some logs whose format doesn't understand.
Okay.
Can I make it understand?
Yes, yes you can. It's really nice. Did I ask you to make this question? It's really nice that you said because I completely forgot about it. And on logstash custom, yeah, it's called grok. It's a filter that you could use, and grok basically it's a regex, so a regex system. So if you have a format that's specific for your, sorry. Yeah, basically it's kind of like that. So you will specify the type of the, like the content, if it's a number or a text, or if it's a city, Unix time, whatever, and then the name, and yeah, it takes the regex. This is on logstash. Yes, this is the filter on logstash. So all the information that you have on Kibana, it's already parsed, you know, because it goes from these on these rules. Sorry? You can set it up to have the raw version or not. It's yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of the demonstration I have for Kibana, logstash, Elasticsearch, and also for the file bits. Yeah, now back to the slides. I have like 3-4 slides next. So after this demonstration, yay. Yeah, so how to get started. There is several ways how to get started with ELK. You can have a deployment like I have, where you deploy virtual machines, and you have ELK there. Or yeah, how to get started. Just please read the documentation, really. Documentation from Elastic, it's really nice, and you should really check it. Yeah, deploy a virtual machine, either with ELK, one-click install from DigitalOcean. That's really nice. If you don't feel like touching the terminal, just do one-click install, and you have ELK ready to go. Also, Amazon has this one-click install for Elasticsearch, not really the entire ELK stack, but for Elasticsearch they have. Yeah, Docker containers, and if you feel like trying some Docker containers from GitHub, and yeah, please use it, but it's at your own risk. Feel free to just have your own Docker container, not the ones from the internet. Yeah, then test and break configurations and find all the pressures that use the ELK stack. I believe that this is in my opinion, the way to get started. Just read documentation, deploy machines, test, and see what other people are, what other people are doing. Yeah, also student bonus. How many of you are students here? Okay, not so many. Okay, yeah, I'm going to talk with you. I'm not related with GitHub also, not DigitalOcean nor GitHub. I just use them because I use them. That's why. And yeah, if you're a student or have someone that is a student, can use $50 credits from DigitalOcean. $50, it's quite nice. because yeah, you can have servers, a ELK server for like 3-4 months. So it's nice to test and break the configurations. Amazon, also GitHub Premium account, yeah, and some other things that you could use. And yeah, that's Elasticsearch, Salt Stack, and Suricata. Bad background, I know. It's really not good, but it's the end. Woo! So, thank you. Yeah, so questions and answers? I know you have a question. Yeah, sure.
Are you using this for a system?
Yes.
What do you do for backups?
You don't know how to back up this information? Yeah, okay, so Elasticsearch, you see, you saw before? Yeah, I had like the replica, and this replica it's only on one Elasticsearch deployment, but you can have different Elasticsearch deployments, and you can synchronize information from one to another. So backups can be done like that. I haven't really used it, but yeah, I read the documentation, so.
What about just having like some months in Elasticsearch and then the rest putting somewhere else?
It's possible to do it, yeah. Yeah, it's possible, yes.
What about with the S3 bucket?
Sorry?
Have you ever used this with Amazon S3?
No, I haven't. I just use DigitalOcean for the deployment and. Yes. Because Salt Stack is amazing and I like it. Was that the question? No. What was the question really? Okay, it's nice because. Okay, yeah, I got the question. So why did I use Salt Stack instead of Audible or Chef or whatever? Because first of all, Salt Stack is Python, and I like Python. Also, the company where I was having my internship was using Salt Stack for the deployment, so it's just easy for me to keep working with it. But do you have any other server deployment tools that are better than Salt Stack? No, you don't. You don't. Okay, yeah. Okay. How Salt Stack works? Okay, so Salt Stack, there is the minions, there is the Salt Stack server, and there are minions related with this Salt Stack. So the minions are the ones that get the configurations from this one. So I have this first server where I was creating new virtual machines, and this was developed with my Salt Stack server. And then I would create a new machine, and then I would deploy the states from this machine where I was in the terminal, the first one I got into. Wait, sorry. And the cool thing is that Salt Stack, other than Python, it's really, really cool, and it's really easy to read because it uses YAML. And I've seen some people talking about, yeah, no one really should use now Puppet or learn Puppet and Chef, I believe, because Audible and Salt Stack are the ones that are kind of growing and has some better systems integration. I've read something about it, but yeah, if you know, I'm not saying that you are bad because you know it. It's definitely nice. I just learned this one because company, and also I think it's going to grow a lot. It has like 4 years, maybe something like this, and it has a really nice community and nice books about it. I like it.
You always have to have a server, or can you
Yeah, for Salt, yes. In fact, I have my computer in a VPN, and this server I had there, it could control what I install in this computer. So if I wanted to install in here, I could just go on the server and do like the name of this computer, and then apply the state for the ELK, and I would get the ELK running here. But I'd rather not have a server on the internet that controls my computer because I have access to it now. But what if I don't? You know, so security-wise, I prefer not to have this like that. So it works for server deployment, not for controlling and managing your computers.
always need to have a server to be able to spawn the other server?
Yes. because it's connected to the network, you know. Because you can also have one salt stack server, and this salt stack server would have to be online to just create the connections, and so. So yeah. I see some questions about salt stack. How about ELK? Was I too fast explaining it? You didn't get it? System requirements for Elasticsearch or ELK? Okay. For everything. Yeah, I guess the one that takes really a big amount of RAM is definitely Elasticsearch, where for production you should have at least 16 gigabytes. Is the recommendation from Elastic team, the guys that developed this, and they said that 16 gigabytes is what you should have in production. However, yeah, these machines were running on 2 gigabytes, and yeah, they were running because it's not that amount of information, and yeah, it kind of worked. But I believe that it's not going to work well with big amounts of data or requests or yeah, big log files. So at least 16 gigabytes, I would say, and then yeah, you're good to go. Yes. Well, yes, FileBit does the filtering, not really logstash. At least I haven't tried if logstash has such a functionality, but you could do it on FileBit. So you make sure that it doesn't send too many logs in this in this time, and you have, I believe it's a maximum of characters or lines, something like this. So you do that on the client, not on the ELK server. Yes? Sorry? If there is any licensing cost for ELK, no, because it's open source, so really nice, right? You don't have to pay for it. However, there are some plugins like that you have to pay for. There is one that's called the Watcher. I've tried it for like some 2 weeks or something like this, and Watcher would get some. I don't really remember what Watcher does, but I think that is to generate alerts based on the information that you have. Is that right? Yeah. So you can have some more advanced plugins that has this kind of functionalities, but they are paid. But the core structure and the documentation, everything it's open source and is on the internet, and it's nice. Power of open source, right? I like it. Yeah. Any other question?
Do you have any idea how much you pay for license or something like that?
It's enterprise, I believe. No? You work for Elastic? Okay. Nice to meet you. Yeah, okay. It's not commercial license? There is some license. I believe it's something like $20 per month. I'm not sure. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, so the subscription is based on how many terminals you have or how many months you have. So kind of kind of let SLA have a month for support. There's a lot of variables there that actually have no idea. Yeah, there's no table.
Okay.
Fun fact, in the West Elasticsearch, the first option is 2 gigabytes. I don't know if it works well.
I didn't try. Maybe I'll try with my student discount. Okay, any other question? Then I guess I can wrap it up. Just thank you for watching and yeah, your questions. Yeah.